Hello and welcome back to the Cryptic Twist with me, Alex Jones. Today we're going to be looking at a Daily Mail cryptic crossword from the 4th of June, so let's get started. Should be a fairly gentle, maybe not quite beginner, but an introductory cryptic crossword. Let's see what we've got. Heard, import. So heard here is probably a homophone indicator. We are looking, as always, for kind of a definition in this clue and then some secondary clue, either a second definition, some sort of wordplay. Heard feels like it's going to be a homophone indicator, so we're either looking for a word for heard that sounds like a port, or a word for a port that sounds like a herd. A herd might be a flock. I don't know if there is a port that is called flock. And just of note, because the word herd is in the middle here, we're not sure which side of this is going to be definition and which side will be the wordplay fodder. Drink caught up with old man. I'm not saying anything that could start with an F here, which is what I was kind of looking for. Okay, let's move on. Award kept in De Niro's caravan. So the surface reading of this very clearly gives a picture of an award that Robert De Niro has won and it's a small award, he keeps it in his caravan. In terms of the cryptic crossword clue, I think our definition here is going to be award. We've then got some wordplay. Our wordplay indicator will be kept in. So that's indicating, I think, a hidden clue. And in De Niro's caravan, we have this series of letters OSCAR, Oscar, which is a award. I think De Niro has one, I'm not certain. Joke about English passenger ship. So because this starts with an O, I'm thinking that English here is going to go somewhere in the middle. Maybe we've got a word for a joke that goes about or around it. And that'll give a passenger ship. So maybe like a old ferry or something. I'm not sure. I'm not saying it straight off. A trainee soldier acted strangely. Okay, so this feels like a very reasonable phrase to hear. I think if we split the clue into a trainee soldier and acted strangely, we can see that acted strangely could be a wordplay. It could be an anagram of acted. We're treating those letters strangely. We're taking them in a strange order. We do get cadet. That is a word for a trainee soldier, so that looks good. Panto character made to change. It's exactly the same as that last clue, actually. We're going to split this in the middle, definition at the front, and wordplay at the back. Made to change. We're going to change the word made. We can get dame out of that. Two crossing letters here now. Self-reproach about TV detective. So the word about here, my initial thought was, is this another anagram indicator? Are we taking those letters and moving them about? I don't think that's what's going on, actually. If something is about something, there's a couple of short synonyms we can use. RE, I think, is what we're going for here. So if you're sending an email or a memo and it's about the drains, it would be RE the drains. A TV detective could be morse. That will give us remorse, self-reproach. Leader in dance is wrong to twist. Ooh. So wrong could be an anagram indicator, fairly weak one. Twist could be an anagram indicator. Dance could be an anagram indicator. I think we're going to have a leader in dance being our definition, and we're going to twist is wrong. That just gets kind of the right number of letters in one place. It gives us sorry, no, not is wrong. wrong to, because that gives us our R and our T. It gives us the right number. It gives us, in terms of how we read it, gives us a definition, wordplay, indicator, and fodder in an order. It also gives us the right number of letters for this. What could that be? Maybe it's not wrong to that we're twisting. Might leave that one. Don't think we've looked at this. A party leader has little desire for food. Okay, so this one here, I think I can see it. We just need to be really careful about where we split it. Because if we split this clue, a party leader being our being one part and little desire for food being another part, it's very difficult then to see what the answer is going to be, because little desire for food feels like someone's not hungry, but actually I think they are hungry. I think little is part of our wordplay. Desire for food will be our definition. And then we've got A, party leader, just looking at the leading letter of the word party, and I think we're looking for petite, which means little, and that'll give us appetite or desire for food. Let's take that F out, I think, for now. That gives us some crossing letters. Drink caught up with old man. Just thinking, so caught from cricket terminology could be C. An old man could be a dad or a pa or a papa. So I'm wondering if this might be, I don't think it is, cap-app woodwork, for example, except it's not a word. I'm not seeing it. Hide capital for Swift. For Swiss family. Okay. I can't think of, well, no, I can't think of any shorter than 4 letter synonyms for hide. Maybe a den, that would work, but doesn't work with this I. Capital for Swiss could be S. It's a short synonym for family. Your kin, kith and kin, friends and family. That gives us skin, and hide could be, is going to be a word for skin. Here we go, Old English, hide the skin of an animal. So not flock is what I'm hearing there. A bird engaged in some activity. Some is making me think of a hidden, but I'm not seeing it. If it's in some activity, MEAC doesn't work. Tivy doesn't work. If it doesn't work. Tried that one. Urge able guy to give up sport. Not sure. Traitor's initial motive for his crime. Oh. So I think this is a cryptic definition where the whole clue needs to be taken into account to kind of get to the definition. So we're not, and then within the clue also there will be elements of wordplay. Yeah, I guess it's kind of an andlet then. So traitor's initial could be the initial letter of traitors, of motive might be a reason. And that gives us treason, which could be the traitor's crime. Now, you have to use the whole clue for the definition here. If you just take for his crime, that isn't close enough to meaning treason to mean that we could take it. You need this bit about it being a traitor for it to work. So an andlet is where the whole clue is the definition and the whole clue is the wordplay, and that's basically the case here. There's a little bit at the end which isn't part of the, I guess, motive for his crime is the what means reason, isn't it, in this context? So yeah, it is an andlet. Uncommon morsel for a snack. If something's uncommon, it might be rare. If something's a morsel, it might be a bite or a bit. So what about rarebit? That is a type of food. I wouldn't have necessarily said it was a snack. I might have said it was a meal, but I think at that point I'm splitting hairs, and I think that's okay. Lincoln, I'm thinking Abe. We've got a B here. Seen by daughter. In family tree notation, daughter can be shortened to D. And that gives us Abe or a bed, which does look to mean possibly sleeping. We've not got support for piano. We've not looked at the clue yet. We'll come back. Does it count as a poisonous reptile? I think this is an adder. The poisonous reptile is the snake, the adder. And someone who counts would be adding up. They would be an adder. Partly capturing. Italian city. Partly here looks to be, we've got the T and the R, so I'm thinking Turin, which is an Italian city. We can see that's inside the word capturing. So we're saying that partly there is a hidden indicator. And actually, again, capturing could be a hidden indicator, just not in this case. We looked at this one. Not really. Austrian dressed ornately. Ornately is 8 letters. Could dressed be an anagram indicator? Not sure. We've got the O and the N. Yeah. So where would need to be, I guess we'd be looking for a place in, I guess we're looking for a person who is from a specific place of Austria. So like Vienne and Viennese might be a word. Doesn't matter with the wordplay, but that sort of thing. Someone from Genova? No. It'd be like a Genovian or something, wouldn't it? No, not sure. Support for piano. A leg. Prop. Yes, I think it is prop. If you're for something, then you are pro it. And piano in music notation means quietly and can be shortened to P. So that looks to be fine. I've only got 2 more across clues. Trifling, like a naval officer. Naval officer could be a petty officer. If something is a trifling matter, it's a petty matter. That feels good. US lawyer, entertained by plaything now. US lawyer could be like a DA or something. A plaything could be a toy. The word entertained might be saying put one inside the other. Yeah, it would be a district attorney, DA, and that gives us today, which is close enough to now that I think we can use it. English attribute that makes no difference. I'm not seeing it straight away, and because we've got some crossing letters down here, I'm tempted to come back to that one in a minute and see what we get. Only time for cask. A cask is some sort of barrel or keg. Only might be just, but time could be tea. And the fact that we've got only and then time makes me think that is our wordplay. The time gives us the tea. We're looking for a word for only that's 3 letters long that goes before that, and that will give us a cask. And then 4 is just joining the 2 parts of this clue together. Not seeing it. Mixed up clothing came first. Not seeing it offhand. Well, what if the drink? What if this is what the word "caught" here is positional? It's saying that the word "drink" catches. It entraps. It goes around. Up and old. So up is just the word. Old could be you. Or maybe we don't like that because a drink could be something like, I don't know, ale. I'm not sure. That P is still good though, let's leave that one in. Crying as a result of little noise with a question mark. Question mark might indicate something odd is happening here, something a little bit funky. Crying could be weeping. In kind of Scottish terminology, wee does mean little. Ping is a noise, and I think that is, it's a bit weak, but I think that's what that the question mark is doing. A wee ping would be a little noise, and weeping does mean crying. All right. A cask might be a butt. And the word only can mean but. So I'm thinking, like in the same word, in the same ways you use it except. This is a perfectly nice meal, except for this was a perfectly nice meal. Only this bit wasn't good, but this bit wasn't good. So yeah, and then that's our T for time. That's cask. Not seeing this ornately. I think I might use an anagram helper, see if we can get it. No, it's not saying anything. So maybe the word ornately is not useful then, or maybe that's not an anagram of ornately. I mean, Austrian's also 8 letters, isn't it? Is it possible that that's our anagram? Feels unlikely. Something came first, then it led. This gives rise to maybe being like a late ending, late. Just looking at this one again then. Drink caught up with old man. I was very caught up with the word caught being positional. Caught can be in cricketing terminology. See? And we can fit in up there. And actually, we talked about old man being part. We can put that in. This is just, in fact, just a straight charade, one after the other. So giving us cuppa, as in a cup of tea. So now I'm thinking with this isn't like a word for an actual herd. Like it's not like flock or something like that. This is just a word that sounds like a group of animals. So I'm thinking cows. I'm assuming that cows, the port is spelt like that with an E. So that feels okay. It does mean that we've only got this one before like this corner resolves itself. So we'll see what we can do with that. So there's very limited options for this one. My first thought was as is, and I couldn't make that work. But then some activity, you might just refer to it as it. If you're engaged in something, then you might be at it. And a bird could be a tit. So I think that looks okay. For this one, I'm suddenly seeing that urge able guy is the right number of letters, 11. So is it possible that's an anagram? Give us some sort of sport. Might the question mark be saying that it's a little bit of a questionable anagram indicator as opposed to a questionable sport? So the question mark isn't there to make the root clue read better. Worth thinking about. So for this down here, the U, the L, the T makes me think of the word quality. And quality could be an attribute or an attribute. English can be the letter E, so if we put that in the front, something, if there is equality, then it doesn't make a difference what side of it you're on. So I think that could be right, and that helps with our L as well. We've proved the potential that is an L, and that does mean lead. We've got an E in here now, so I do wonder if that could be like, at that point, like you're probably looking at the Y up here, but rugby. It's amazing that equality gave us rugby there, doesn't it? But that's kind of where we got. So rugby league, yeah, that is that. Okay, so we've got a lot of. I mean, the fact that we backward engineered rugby with that Y very much implies this is an anagram of ornately, doesn't it? So what have we got then? We're still missing the RTL. Orion, Onion, Olean. They all feel like every letter kind of feels possible there, doesn't it? Is Rin a city in Austria? I don't know this, we'll have to look it up, I think. I'm not seeing anything obvious in like a list of cities. Regions? We've not got the... Oh, this N isn't right, is it? It should be a T. Yeah, Tyrolean is someone from the Austrian region of Tyrol. Okay. Whew. That one was a tricky one. Clothing could be your garb. If something is mixed up, then it would be said to be garbled. So that's just a straightforward charade. So how many ways are there to read this then? We've got our potential anagram of wrong to, meaning a leader in dance. We've got the charade that gives us kind of leader in dance being the letter D. And something meaning is wrong, meaning to twist. Still, it's most likely that this is going to be an anagram of wrong to, but I'm not seeing why or what. A joke could be a one-liner. How would yeah, I can kind of see how this might work then. So a passenger ship could be a liner, couldn't it? And then English here is presumably E, and then if something is about something, it could be on it. So I'm thinking, on the subject of, what's the Churchill book? Something on Churchill. Wrong to twist. Okay, well now wrong to doesn't work, does it? Because, so is wrong doesn't work as an anagram, so we need a T. Wrong to doesn't work, so we need an I. Maybe to twist? No, because then we need an R. Okay, so it probably means it's not an anagram. A leader in dance, a soloist, a prima ballerina. Distort. Leader in dance, D, is, and then a wrong from like legal wording. A tort is like a civil wrong, a wrong that you might do someone that can be resolved in civil court. So distort. Okie dokie. Whew. I feel like that was a somewhat trickier one than we often see. I think I think the lighting changed behind me, but I did do this in 2 rounds, and I think I was quite tired earlier on, so that probably didn't help. It certainly helped ruminating and then coming back. But yeah, what was tough in there? Tyrolean was tough. Cows was easy when you had the crossing letters, but difficult without, I think. At it maybe was a little tough. Rarebit, I think I disagreed a little bit with the definition. One line it turned out was gettable. Equality, we relied on this U. Yeah, it was quite a tricky one, I think. I mean, I got there, so clearly it wasn't impossible. It was a little bit stretching, though. And there was a point about halfway through where I did think that it was going to be, I would need to resort to using to revealing a couple of the words, but we got there without it. Okay, well, if you enjoyed what you saw, please do like and subscribe. If you come back again tomorrow, then we'll probably have another cryptic crossword from the Mail Online, maybe a different one as well. Trying a couple of different ones at the moment, seeing what sticks. So until next time, thank you very much.